to refute the scientific errors in the Quran. As an example here, he spoke about how Adam, according to your prophet, was 6th-floor building, and then he shrunk. How this happened? Allah. Where is the story of Adam? Oh, let us laugh, let us laugh. The first one.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be dealing with a hadith which references Adam alayhi salam, a prophet of Islam, as being 60 cubits tall, which is like 20.
Is it 60 cubit like exactly? Muslims, is that true? It's 60 cubit exactly? I mean, what? Like what? I heard that it's 60 cubit and 1 centimeter. I mean, we have to be precise, man. And if he is 60 cubic tall, how small his penis? Bigger than you, Muhammad Hijab? I bet, way bigger than you. I mean, the guy is 60 cubit tall. I heard that Adam, brother, he used to destroy rocks with his penis. The guy was 60 cubit. I mean, listen, the Bible is not authority for us. Prophet Muhammad is authority. 60, are you sure? First of all, I have my cousin, he is 60 cubit tall. Your cousin is 60 cubit tall, Zakir Naik, you're not lying. Prince, he was 60 centimeter tall. Midget. Exactly. But this is exactly the proof that was it the grandfather was 60 cubit. Listen, Zakir, one more word, I will send you back to India and you will be staying in jail for the rest of your life. Prince, first of all, I will never go to India because I don't like curry. You like curry, you don't like curry, you are going to eat it. Just wait. Continue. So what happened to the Adam? He was 60 cubit tall, and now the Muslim trying to duct tape the stupidity of Muhammad. How we can explain how Adam he shrunk?
27 meters, and they say this is unbelievable and impossible. But before we get to this hadith, let's talk about the Islamic stance on the theory of evolution. Generally speaking, talking about the theory of evolution, Muslims don't have an issue, or shouldn't really have an issue with speciation, adaptation, or even evolution of animals, because
really? So you Muslim don't have a problem with that? Isn't it Allah, he said he created from the animal 8 pairs, and the cow was a cow from the first day? And by the way, he said 8 pair, but he count 8 animals only. Continue.
we believe that there's nothing explicit in the Quran one way or the other. And actually done a podcast with Abdullah al-Ujairi. Sheikh Abdullah al-Ujairi is a prominent figure in Saudi Arabia.
You see, he is not copying what his prophet saying. He is copying Muhammad Abdullah al-Ujairi. Who is the Ujairi? Even his name, last name, means male cow. Ajil. The cow guy is the one you can get your information from. Quote for us your prophet. Who is this guy? He's a figure?
Who researches these matters and well published in this field. In my discussion with him, this was his opinion. So, which is quite frankly like 99.9%, if we look at it from a maths perspective, really 99.9% of the theory. The issue we have, we take issue with, or the point of evolution, a slither of which really diametrically opposes some of the Islamic narratives, is human evolution. Now, obviously, we have a narrative. We have a narrative in Islam, which is that.
Just to show you how stupid liars they are, because the Quran make it so clear. How many animals Allah He created and He named them. This is why those people don't dare to debate me. When I call this potato, hang up on him, hang up on him, hang up on him. Evolution potato? Is that your God? Is that your God? So you Muslims, you believe that the sheep used to be something else before. What used to be a pig? And by the way, Allah, He did not create the pig. Where is the pig? And here, just to show you how stupid the one who made the Quran, it says here that Allah created 8 pairs, and then Allah, He start counting. He says 2 sheep, okay, 2 goats, okay, that's 4, 2 camels, okay, that's 6, and 2 cows, that's 8. Where is the 8 pairs? Evolution. The evolution of mathematics at the time of Prophet Muhammad and in the time of Adam, in the language of Arabia, 8 pairs was 8 animals. And they say to you the Arabic is amazing. Quran Arabic? So good, man. So good. So now 8 pairs is 8 animals. Why you are using the word pairs if they are 8 animals? Just say 8 animals. Why are you using the word pairs? Let's go back to Mimi Hijab because he's going to explain to you what happened to Adam.
Adam alayhi salam was created directly, or this prophet Adam was created directly by Allah, by God Almighty. And there are many things which differentiate human beings from the rest of the animal kingdom. Morality, the ability to question.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So are you saying to me that the ant who spoke to Sulaiman is a fiction story? You are saying to me that morality only for a human being, and they are different from the animal kingdoms. When your prophet companion, he saw a monkey committing fornication, and the monkey, they stone her, and the Quran says that all animals are Muslims? Huh? Isn't it your prophet, he said, that is going to judge between 2 goats trying to steal something from the Bible, which is not about goats, it's about God will be just for everybody. But according to your prophet, Allah will judge in the day of judgment, and all of those animals will be gathered, and they will be judged by Allah. And your prophet explained it. Allah will ask the goat who have horn, why she hit the goat who don't have horn. So what do you mean that animal kingdom don't have morality and there's differentiation? Are you against the Quran now? According to the Quran, they have a chapter, it's called Al-An'am, which means animals. Animals. There's not a moving, living creature flying with his 2 wings, his wings. Living creature or something can fly. But nations like you, we have neglected nothing in the book, and then into their Lord they shall be gathered. You don't gather animals for day of judgment to judge them if they are unconscious. Do we? I asked a Muslim sheikh once, so Allah will bring the mosquitoes and he will question them why they are sucking our blood? He will say exactly. But idiot, isn't it Allah is the one who created the mosquitoes to live like this? We could not answer. And by the way, why they call them mosquito, mosquito? I mean, why all females they share the same thing? I heard a guy, he says women, they suck our blood. He was talking about his credit card is gone. Mosquito, miss, let's listen carefully, miss. She is a Japanese. Mosquito. Anyway. So what happened to Adam? Police be upon him.
Why? This many different in language, civilization, and so on and so forth. And it couldn't have been the case. We would argue that we can actually, in any way, be equated to the rest of the animal kingdom. And there's something special about human beings. لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Allah says in the Quran that He has dignified the children of Adam. So we don't necessarily agree or disagree. We can remain agnostic as to Darwinian evolution with other animals, but as it relates to the human being, there is something special about the human being, and that is why Allah created human being directly. And in this hadith, there's indication that He created Adam in 60 cubits tall. Now, the question is, this seems unscientific on many grounds, and I'll tell you what, on three major grounds. Number one is biological. Number two is archaeological and or paleontological, you could say as well, from a fossil record perspective. And number three, looking at the kind of disparity in sizes, if we do assume that there was a human being of such great magnitude in terms of size, how can we explain the fact that...
Listen. You do not need to do this drama. First of all, you Muslims, you have the grave of Adam everywhere. Is that right? Why you are trying to refute it? You have a proof. What's wrong with you? You do not need to make a drama about this. Look, the Muslims, because they are a unique species, they were able to find a grave for Adam in every country Muslims are exist. As an example, this is the graveyard, brother, of Noah and Eve. Where? In Sri Lanka. Look. You do not need to prove it. It's just open the grave. The funny is, they have those graves everywhere. Look like Adam, he died everywhere. Allah, He cloned many Adam. This is the footstep of a prophet Adam, peace be upon him. Where? In Sri Lanka. And what is make it more funny, there is only one footstep. Look like Adam at that time, he was a kangaroo. He like jump like boing, boing, boing. He don't walk like normally. This is why they could not find the second step. There's only one foot. The right foot. Boing, boing. Only Muslims, and this is in Sri Lanka too. In fact, according to Muslims, according to Muhammad, Allah, He sent down Adam into Sri Lanka. Look at this grave, brother. Hold on. Where is this grave? This is Prophet Daniel. Prophet Daniel was 102 meters too. This is in Uzbekistan. Prophet Daniel in Uzbekistan. All of this is a grave. I mean, don't you think this is too much small? Even they have the tomb of Habil. Look, Habil. Do you see it in the right? Habil, brother, Habil. This is the tomb of Habil, brother. Cain and Abel. The first kids of Adam, why they are short? The Muslims, they have the graves of everybody except Isa. So I find it very funny that Muslims look at this short grave. Oof, this is a falafel grave. Brother, seriously, this is a grave? Huh? Is that a subway grave? Oof, 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 oof. Look at this, look at this. And not only this, look, here they have the t-shirt of Adam. Do you see the picture? It's a video in YouTube. You see this white t-shirt? This is Adam t-shirt. I wish they keep the sticker that says made in China. So when a Muslim, he try his best to find a logic for the stupidity of his prophet, we laugh.
That human beings are like, give or take, 6 foot tall, give or take, half a meter or whatever it may be, or more, right? But how can you explain this huge disparity in the fact that you're saying that you believe in Adam, who's 27 meters tall, and a human being now, which is, typically anything between 5'5" to 6'5", and obviously there are extremities on both sides of that equation. There's people that are taller than 6'5" like myself, and people that are shorter than 5'5" like many people. So here, there's two parts of the hadith which we need to pay attention to, which is the first part of the hadith. It talks about that Allah created Adam 60 cubits tall, and in terms of hadith, there are some narrations which don't mention this 60 cubits, and there are some narrations that do mention the 60 cubits. But we don't say that just because there are some narrations that don't mention the 60 cubits, that the narrations that do mention the 60 cubits are erroneous. That makes no sense, actually. This doesn't, and some people have attempted to argue that this means that this should be disbanded. No, that doesn't mean, that's not how the hadith science works. So that's the first thing. Other people say the second part of the hadith, which talks about لم يزل الخلق ينقص حتى الآن, that the creation is becoming smaller and smaller until now. They found it problematic because Ibn Hajar himself, he mentions, how could it be the case that this is happening, right? And we can see Ad and Thamud's kind of indwellings, the archaeological remnants of their indwellings, and we can see that their houses and the doors and so on were not so tall. And he assumed, without, by the way, nas and evidence, that Ad and Thamud were closer to Adam than they were to us human beings. And obviously, the only real evidence we have anything between Nuh and Adam alayhi salam there's no evidence. I mean, there's only Israeliyat, or kind of biblical narrations. So potentially he was using those to kind of raise his eyebrow, but he did not say that this hadith was mu'allal or defective, as many believe that he did. Now, because of nas reasons or content reasons. Going now forward to answering the contentions. There are variations of this hadith which refer to fis sama, okay, that this was in the heaven. Not heaven as in Jannah, but fis sama. Now, obviously, if you look at the Quranic cosmology, heaven, al-Jannah, is above, okay, because obviously we know that the Prophet was taken there in the Isra al-Mi'raj. So it could be the case that this height and this mega size of 27 meters is specific to Jannah, and there's nothing wrong linguistically in believing that, because obviously we believe that Adam alayhi salam, he started his journey, yes, in heaven. I mean, we have a whole narrative where he was in a completely different place, and then Allah, he sent him down to the earth. He sent him down to the earth. Yes, he's created from the elements of the earth, but he was in many ways an extraterrestrial because he came from a completely different dimension and he came to this earth. Now, in that transition period, could he have shrunk? Could Allah have made him smaller? That's also a possibility. We're not disregarding that as a possibility, but there's no evidence of that from the Quran and Sunnah. So we can't say that is what happened. And what we will say is this. Let's assume that Allah, he brought Adam down. He was 60 cubits either in heaven and on earth, or in heaven or on the earth. But let's just assume that he was 60 cubits in heaven and on the earth. So when he came down, he was also 27 meters, which, by the way, now we're starting to make assumptions which we don't necessarily need to be need to make. We can say no, this he was like that height in heaven, and when he came on the earth, he became normal height. That's something you can assume from the source. But let's not assume that. Let's say he was 27 meters on the earth. What's the problem? What's the problem? The problem are three different things now. Number one, biology. If we use the human anatomy that we have today as the reference point, if the human anatomy today is the reference point, how could it be that something that tall, or a human being that tall, the bone structure can maintain that kind of size, right? Because it will collapse because of the weight of the human being. Well, this is a fallacy because we're not starting with the human being today as the reference point. We're starting with, why would you start with today's human being as the reference point? The reference point is that 27 meter human being that we're talking about. That's the reference point. So if someone says, well, we know that if we keep doubling sizes, as I've even heard some Muslims try and say, keep doubling sizes and height, then the height will be so tall, and then the weight will be so much, and then the bones will not be able to handle that. Density of the bones will not be able to handle that. You're using your reference point as the human anatomy of today, and then do qiyas backwards, which is a qiyas mal-farq, if you like, or
Guys, after listening for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, did we understand anything? What is the answer? How Adam is 60 cubit tall? Potato. Do you see how Muhammadan, they struggle with the lies of Muhammad? And now they struggle with the duct tape method?
false type of analogy. It's a different kind, it's false kind of analogy. So that's the first problem. You can say, oh, it's inconceivable that human anatomy can handle that size. Well, it's only inconceivable on the basis of analyzing today's human anatomy. That's the first thing. The second thing we may say is, someone could say, well, we talked about the biological problems, fossilization. How come there's no fossil record of such a huge human? The National Science Foundation says that 99.9%, 99.9,
no way,
99.9% of species have not undergone fossilization. So fossilization, you expect to find one specimen of a fossil of a human that we don't know, tens or 100,000, whatever it is, years that he existed before.
So now he is denying that his religion have the lineage of Prophet Muhammad to Adam, and it's less than 5,000 years. Suddenly now Adam is exist hundreds of millions of years before. You see how the Muslims, they lie about the religion? If you go right now and check the lineage of Muhammad, they claim he is from Ishmael. They have the lineage and the names from Muhammad to Adam. Suddenly now it's hundreds of thousands of years. Do you see Muslims, how Muslims lie to you? I want every Muslim right now, go check out how many thousand years before your Prophet Muhammad and Adam according to Islam. Is it hundreds of thousands of years? Or this guy is lying to you?
No way. This is like finding a needle in the haystack.
So now he's saying how we can find such a bones of Adam. You idiot. If a man, he have such a size, and he was exist in this earth, how come we can find the bones of the dinosaur? If Adam have kids, well, his kids will be like him. We have the bones of the dinosaur. According to your God, Adam was the last one to be created, which means dinosaur was created before Adam. So if we have the bones of the dinosaur, which is created before Adam, then why we cannot find the bones of the human being of 60 cubit tall?
It's ridiculous to expect to find fossils like this. It's absolutely absurd. It's such a redundant interrogation. So that one would be put to the side. The third now interrogation is, well, How can we conceive of such a disparity between humans within this, or any kind of animal within the same species like this? They say we don't accept that. We don't accept that you can have a 27-meter human being, and then you can have a 6-foot human being, and that disparity existed. And they say humans have been around for 350,000 years, which is, by the way, estimates we don't have to go with because they keep changing those, quite frankly. But let's just assume for the sake of argument. Are you saying to me, is my response, that you have, there's no species within the species that exhibit this decrease in size, this dramatic exponential decrease in size? Because I can give you an example of the dwarf elephants, which the Journal of Proceedings National Academy of Science shows. The dwarf elephants were 220 pounds. They went down in 800,000 years, according to the journal. In 800,000 years, they went down 100 times in size. So they were 100 times bigger than they were.
Just a second, Mimi Hijab. How you know that those animals are the same animals? How you know that this is the same animal? I just to make it simple for you, you idiot. There's a cockroach almost 5-inch long, and there's a cockroach is 1 inch long, but both are exist. Now, are you stupid or what? From the same species, there's many sizes. So in order that animal became this animal, it's a lie. And this is against your Quran. Nowhere in the Quran Allah He says such what you are saying. All the animals created in the same way as they are here now, according to your religion. So keep trying. We are listening.
Became dwarf elephants, 220 pounds, 100 kilos, which would mean that I'm bigger than those elephants. Me personally, the one who's talking to you on the. Imagine an elephant that I can pick up, or that you can pick up, and that would be heavier to pick me up than an elephant. I mean, this is just to give you some kind of visuals here. So, if you can believe in an elephant that is that size, because you're looking at the fossil record and you're making your evolution inferences, then why can you not believe in a human being that's much bigger? There's just one of many examples, but within a very short time span in evolutionary terms. So why could not that happen to the human? I mean, if you really want to believe it on your part,
we find the answer. That's it. Why that can't happen to a human? All right. So guys, so the thing what happened now, that the human being, he starts shrinking by size. He was so big, and that's it. It was 27 meter tall, and now it is 2 meter tall. Okay, we found the problem. We solved the problem. But if you go and read all what he said, he spoke about, all what the scientists they say, it's a theory. Secondly, what they are assuming, they assume that it is the same animal changed. It's not true. Animals who have big size, they could not survive. Their size did not help them. Animals who are smaller in size, because their need is less, their need for space, their need for water, their need for shelter, their need for anything, their size helped them better to survive. As an example, insects are the most survivor between all creatures in this earth. We mentioned cockroach. Cockroach can handle a heat which a human being, he will die immediately. As I remember, cockroach can handle a degree 400 degrees, and still he's alive. So if nuclear attack happened to a city, everyone in the city is going to be killed except cockroaches. They will survive. So a Muslim trying to find a solution for the stupidity of his prophet, it doesn't work. Why? Because simply this is a human being, and your God Allah, He said clearly that He created Adam in His image. And this is a phrase taken from the Bible. Let us see. What's wrong with this website? Come on, move. Don't tell me now you died. The website died. It's not functioning. Do we have any Muslim want to join us? You Muslim trying to duct tape the stupidity of your prophet? Any Muhammadan? Anyone? God created Adam in his image. This is why Muhammad said, don't beat the man in his face, for God created Adam in his own image, which means the image of God. So based on this, your God is 60 cubit tall. Right? Do we have any Muhammadan? I feel sorry for you, Muhammadan. You try to attack Christianity, but as you see, your religion is the religion of garbage. Fiction stories is stupidity. You know, if you read the story of Adam in the Quran, you will die laughing. Who is a Muslim dare to call me and talk about Adam as long Mimi Hijab talking about Adam? How Adam even, he was kicked out of heaven. Very laughable story. Anyone?
Paradigm. Why could not that happen to the human being? So it's okay when you say these things, but it's not okay when we say these things. You make a mockery out of the hadith, but the hadith makes a mockery out of you, because this is actually what you believe in as well. And hopefully that answers the question. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
What is the answer? What is the answer? Richard Dawkins and the Quran, the mixing of the two C's. I like that. Let's continue so we can laugh. It's a nice drama.